By the time Diana finished her class, the day had already ended. Mr. K. Heroes had been conversing with her all day, trying to grasp the basics of human history. He was completely unprepared for how intricate and extensive it was. Diana discovered that, unlike humans, every other species in the galaxy had united during their dark age. They hadn't engaged in civil wars, governmental conflicts, or mass genocides. It turned out that humans were the most violent sentient species known. As Diana walked to her shared dorm, she carried several files loaded onto her school's tablet, which she had received before parting ways with Mr. K. Heroes. They had exchanged historical files. Diana obtained the histories of various galactic species, with a significant portion dedicated to the alien, for understandable reasons, while Mr. K. Heroes received files on human history. When Diana finally reached her dorm, she was surprised by its size. The space included several rooms branching off a bathroom, kitchen, and sleeping areas. However, she noticed that almost everything inside had been imported from Earth, still bearing labels and price tags. Just as she closed the door, she heard a computerized voice announce, "Gravity simulators returning to human living conditions." She immediately felt herself grow heavier, yet it felt far more natural than the gravity she had experienced all day. She even tested it by jumping and remarked, "Yep, that's home gravity for you." As she said this, another human emerged from the kitchen, holding a bag of chips. "Well, look who it is. When I heard we were sharing a dorm, I was a bit surprised." "Hello to you too," Diana replied. She and Tyler had been in the same class before their transfer to the current school. As it turned out, their entire class had been moved because the Galactic Federation preferred to transfer an entire group rather than selecting individual students. "So where have you been all day?" Tyler asked. "Well," Diana began, "my new history teacher is planning a lesson about Earth, but it turns out he knows nothing about it." "Let me guess he kept you late to learn more." "Yep," Diana responded. "Turns out the rest of the galaxy is pretty clueless. I'm not joking when I say half of them don't even know what an earthquake is, one of the most common natural events on Earth." Tyler chuckled. Brody said his war teacher nearly fainted when he mentioned World War I, and some students actually did faint. Caleb's gym teacher had to pull him out of their version of dodgeball because of how hard we throw things. And don't get me started on the argument Jen had with the lunch lady when she found out they don't cook their food. "Sounds like quite a day," Diana said. "What's up with the gravity? I feel like I'm 5 times lighter outside this room." "You said it yourself, Diana. Everyone but US shares the same, much weaker gravity. Even if you compare one of them under their gravity to us under ours, we'd still be significantly stronger. We're practically demons to them," Tyler explained. Pretty much, Diana agreed. On the bright side, the school's hooked up our dorms with internet. I'm curious how they manage that across the galaxy, but I'm not complaining. Diana perked up at this news. "Thank God. I thought I was going to die of boredom. I'm going to grab something to eat. Let the others know I'm here, or something." "Will do," Tyler said, heading back to his room to finish his chips. Meanwhile, Mr. K. Heroes was reviewing the files Diana had given him, trying to comprehend Earth's history. It all seemed surreal to him: massive storms that could uproot buildings, earthquakes that could rip cities apart, and volcanoes spewing magma, which he thought only existed around a planet's core. And that was just the natural disasters. He hadn't even finished that section. He spent more time contemplating how humans survived, let alone thrived, in such conditions. Diana had even mentioned that humanity had reached a point where they were actively destroying their own planet. The very idea of a species that could conquer such a world, only to bring it to its knees, baffled Mr. K. Heroes. "Still working, Mr. K. Heroes?" the headmaster asked, entering the room. "Mr. K. Heroes yelped in surprise, not expecting anyone. "Headmaster. I wasn't expecting you. I thought I'd check in, my old friend. I assume you're preparing for your next lesson?" "Yes, Mr. K. Heroes replied, "but I'm struggling to take it all in. These humans, by all logic, they shouldn't exist. Tornadoes, volcanoes, earthquakes. I've only just started on natural disasters, and there's so much more. Their homeworld is practically a death world, yet here they are." The headmaster nodded, To be honest, I was stunned to learn they consume capsaicin to make their food taste better. Please tell me you're joking, Mr. K. Heroes said. I'm afraid not. The same capsaicin that would destroy other species' digestive systems is consumed by humans in quantities that could fill chemical warheads, the headmaster replied. You're telling me these humans consume a substance banned in every system due to its potential use in warfare? Mr. K. Heroes asked, his head in his hands. If that bothers you, I should mention they also consume caffeine daily. You know, the substance that causes other species' bodies to shut down, the headmaster added. Mr. K. Heroes looked up at the headmaster, then promptly slammed his head on his desk with a groan. The headmaster chuckled. Don't worry, old friend. Your next lesson with the human isn't for another day or two. You'll have plenty of time to prepare. Mr. K. Heroes groaned even louder, thinking if the shock from the files didn't kill him, the humans just might. The next day, Diana headed to the gym for her first class, physical exercise. While she wasn't particularly excited, she reminded herself that she wasn't on Earth anymore, and that almost everyone else at the school, except for the other 29 humans, would be much weaker. Hell, the gravity here was about 5 times lighter, so she would probably end up outperforming everyone. When she arrived at the gym, she was greeted by the gym instructor, Kor, another alien. He wasn't the same teacher Caleb had, so he had no idea what was in store for him. So, you're the famous Death World species I've heard so much about. Let me tell you, in my gym, you're all equals until proven otherwise. If you want to impress me, you'll have to earn it, Kor said. Diana simply smirked at him. I guess I will, then she replied. Kor smiled. He liked a challenge. Despite others boasting about their strength, they all eventually crumbled. I'll admit you've got spirit, but let's see if your spirit matches your strength, Kor said, addressing the class. All right, everyone, let's start simple, 1 lap around the gym. Everyone groaned, not wanting to run. It would take them at least 5 minutes. Diana, however, stood there puzzled. Just 1 lap. Kor turned to her. That's right. Now move it, get going, and you Death Worlder, you'll start at the back. If you think it's easy, let's see if you can overtake everyone. Kor chuckled internally, sure she wouldn't outperform the others, who had been training all year. But as soon as the students started running, Diana blitzed past them like a sports car compared to an athlete. Kor's jaw dropped. Within 20 seconds, she had completed the lap. Kor was in shock. And the other students stopped running, staring at her. She didn't even look tired. How did you, Kor stammered. Dude, my planet's gravity is like 5 times heavier. Even under those conditions, I'd still be faster, Diana responded. Kor simply sat down. Everyone else, finish your run. I think I need to sit. Diana approached him, asking, so does my spirit match my muscle? Before Kor could respond, the gym doors opened, and Tyler ran in. Sorry I'm late, sir. Got lost trying to find the place. I told you we should have come together, Diana said. Better late than never, Tyler replied. What's going on? We were told to run a lap around the gym, Diana said. 1 lap? You're kidding, right? Nope. Look, they're barely a quarter of the way done, Diana pointed out. Wow, even with weaker gravity, they're slower than a 5-year-old. Kor overheard this and couldn't believe his elite sports class was being called slow, but after seeing Diana's speed, he had to admit they had a point. Well, we'll be waiting for a while, Tyler said, grinning at Diana. Want to see who's faster? Oh, so you're challenging me? Diana grinned back. As the two prepared to race, Kor watched with anticipation. He had seen 1 human's speed now. He was about to witness 2 of them. The next few minutes passed in a blur as the rest of the class finished their lap. The humans raced around the gym, nearly 50 times faster than the others. Diana had clearly been holding back before. Every challenge Kor presented, weightlifting, push-ups, sit-ups, was a breeze for them. Often they competed against each other, leaving everyone else speechless. By the end of class, Diana and Tyler were more bored than anything, but it was time for everyone to head to the cafeteria after such an intense competition.